What's up nakamas? Welcome back to the channel and we're back with some One Piece video. For today, I'm gonna be showing my very own Sakazuki deck and how I updated it with the addition of EB-01, the Memroial Collection. So this is not a deck profile, so I won't be explaining like everything and how Sakazuki works. If you want that, I do have a deck profile for Sakazuki. In my previous video, I'll just link it here, but that video will only contain OP06 cards. So this video would be the update from that video. EB-01 gave us some pretty good black cards. However, these are two cards that I really like in EB-01 but didn't make the cut. First, we have the SR Brook, which is a 3-drop with 4k attack. It has a counter, 1k counter, and the effect is that on play or when attacking, we give up to one of our opponent's characters -1 during this turn. Then we get to KO up to one opponent's character with a cost of 0. So I really like this card. First things first, it's a 3-drop, so if our opponents let us play first, then this is a better 3-drop to drop on the second turn. So what's nice about this is that the ability is actually recyclable. Next card that didn't make the cut is the 4-cost Laboon. This is also an SR, the same as Brook. So it's a 4-drop 5k and it has a 1k counter. And it has an activate main effect that you may rest this character and give up to one of your opponent's characters -4 during the turn. So I think we can say that it's comparable to Kuzan but with a 1k counter on it. And it doesn't draw a card. So I would still say that number 1, Kuzan is way better than this one. Even without the 1k counter, Laboon can activate, use the effect as early as when it enters the battlefield. Even that way, the type is an animal, so we are not able to fetch this via Tashigi or brand new. So without further ado, this is my updated Sakazuki deck which I am playing. So Sakazuki is our leader. We have an activate main and only once each turn that we can get discard a card and draw a card. Thus, we get to filter out somehow our bad hand. And every time Sakazuki attacks, we give a -1 to one of our opponent's characters. For our 1-drops, I'm still running 4 copies of Tashigi. The addition of Tashigi in OP06 was very much needed. It's the 1-drop searcher that Sakazuki needs. Then still running 4 copies of Tsuru. So we don't usually drop this, especially in the first turn. So it's basically a 2k counter. Next are our 2-drops, 4 copies of brand new. This is a very good searcher. It puts the cards that we weren't able to put in our hand onto the trash, which is a very good combo for Gecko Moria. Then only 1 copy of Helmeppo. So with the addition of Gecko Moria in this deck, Helmeppo is a very good target for the 2-cost. So our only 3-drop is Hina for the time being, although I'm seriously considering putting some Brooks in here. Getting this back from Rebecca is still a very good play. So for our 4-drops, we are running a lot of them. 2 copies of Kuzan. He draws you a card and gives you a constant source of a minus ability. So he is pretty much very welcome. For our blockers, we are running 7, 3 Borsalinos, and 4 Rebeccas. Then only 3 copies of Rob Lucci. With the addition of the Amano Murakumo, and we also have a lot of KO effects in this deck. T-Bone is the card that we got from EB-01 for our 5-cost, liking this guy so much. So T-Bone is a 5k attacker for 5, has a 2k counter on it. On play, we get to KO a character with a cost of 2 or less. Basically, the card that this replaced is the Virgo, which most of the time is just a 2k counter for us. There's no changes for our top ends. We have 2 copies of Borsalino, Gecko Moria, 4 copies of this. I love this card so much. So it's very versatile. If you need an attacker, you can get an attacker. If you need a blocker, you can basically get your blockers. Regarding our events, Great Eruption, I still think it's still okay to run 4 of these. I'm running 2 copies of Ice Age. I'm running 1 copy of Amano Murakumo. So this is basically similar effect to Rob Lucci, but the difference is that this bottom decks the characters instead of putting them to the trash. Still running 4 copies of Hound Blaze. It's a very low cost removal that also buffs our attackers, so easy decision to put a playset of this one. So this is my latest configuration for Sakazuki. I hope you guys like it. If you have other EB-01 cards that you are using in your Sakazuki deck, please feel free to drop me a comment. I'd really like to know what you think about the other cards from EB-01. If you're still watching up to this point, then you're not just a nakama, you're a super nakama. And you guys are the heart and soul of this channel. So thank you very much for that. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel for more One Piece. Have a great day everyone, and see you in the next video.